Hi guys, my name's Anna Gotskin and I created this channel because I was recently accepted to Duke University and I've been getting a lot of questions from family and friends about, the general application process, ACT testing, maintaining good grades, extracurriculars, like all the things that are important to a college application. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to address these topics to a broader audience and kind of share my experiences. When I was applying, I found it super helpful to talk to students who had already gone through the process in order to gain their perspective and any tips they might have about the whole application. So today I'm going to be covering something that's really important to an application, and that is the Common App essay. Obviously, I'm not a college admissions officer, and I don't know what they said about my essay, but this essay did help me get into my first choice college, Duke University, and so here's a couple tips for essay writing before I read my essay. The first is that, as most people know, the point of an essay is for a college to really get to know you and really hear your voice, so you want to make sure that your essay sounds like you. A great piece of advice I once received was that if a friend of yours picks up your essay, they should immediately know that you wrote it because, it's something that came from you and something that only you could have written. And I think that's important to remember because you don't want to try to sound like somebody else when you're writing your essay. You want to try to sound like you. You want the college to see who you are and, and resonate with that. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read my Common App essay. Blissfully unaware of threat. I read it again. Was that really a vocal direction? I knew staccato, pianissimo, legato, and other Italian terms dictating the dynamics of a piece. Yet here, written over bar 103 of Leonard Bernstein's Chichester Psalms, was his direction to sing, blissfully unaware of threat. Chichester Psalms was amongst the most complex pieces my choir ever performed. An unpredictable piece of art, its neoclassical style draws influence from jazz, has a constantly changing key signature, and is entirely in Hebrew. Within the unique chords, each voice part clashes with the others, creating an incredibly powerful sound. For months, my choir rehearsed this piece, and each time we reached bar 103, I was baffled. Here, the sopranos sing their blissful phrase preceding the threat, an overpowering, allegro, fast, feroce, fierce chant sung by the men. Sitting in rehearsal, a question kept coming to mind. Why inform me of a threat if I'm supposed to be unaware? The idea of being blissfully unaware gnawed at me. Floating in the back of my mind, it reemerged at an unexpected time. I was watching a 5-minute YouTube video introducing me to CRISPR, a gene editing software that seemed to emerge straight out of a dystopian novel. The idea that diseases could be cured by rewriting one's genetic code and having it accurately replace a mutation fascinated me. As I thought about it more, my choral instruction came to mind. I wondered where the line would be drawn. What if this incredible technology got into the wrong hands? Humans would have the power to control natural selection. Would countries breed super armies? Would people be able to design their children, creating a wealthy superclass and leaving a permanent mark on their genetic lineage? Who would decide, and what responsibility did I have? This new powerful technology posed clear threats. CRISPR embodies the moral dilemma of man versus nature, much like one line Bernstein chose for Chichester Psalms that translates from Hebrew to, "The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord." Should humans create the tools to overpower nature? And would it be unethical to continue researching gene editing, blissfully unaware? A psalm written in 1044 BC combined with music composed in the mid-1900s held the answer to this question that could shape the future. The first time we rehearsed this part with an orchestra, I began to understand. I focused on my conductor, waiting for her to cue us in. As she raised her arm, I took a deep breath, and as she lowered it, I sang out, blissfully, clearing my mind of any thought. When my part was finished, I focused on my next entrance, not paying mind to any of the other melodies. When I held out my last note, the orchestra re-entered, eerily playing the chant's melody underneath the final measures of the movement. The hairs on my arm stood up. Singing blissfully unaware had allowed for the threat to re-emerge. Chichester was written as a call for peace in Israel. The performers pretend to be blissfully unaware so that listeners will truly feel the threat and understand the repercussions of ignorance. Beneath the surface, what I'm singing is a call to action, a warning. In technology too, the warning might be overlooked if there are not enough voices calling it out. Humans, self-anointed kings of the earth, sometimes choose to go against God, against nature. But how do we know when we're going too far? In life, we don't get directions from the composer. I am incredibly excited by the prospect of pursuing science and witnessing new technological innovations. However, I think the answer is to push the edge of our limitations and to remain aware of how our actions affect others. To sing boldly, but to also listen carefully. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope that you found it helpful in your own application process. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the description below if you have any questions about my essay or maybe about your essay. And like I said before, I would love if you guys could comment a topic that you might want me to talk about relating to college applications, and then subscribe so you can see the video. The most important thing about college applications is to really speak to something that you're passionate about. The overarching theme of my whole application was music and science, so I used my essay to kind of bridge the two together and share with colleges what I want to do with my life and the things I was interested in, and I really think that helped my application. So that's all for now. New videos should be up very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!